hope you understand. He was born a rambling man.
It's me, it's TRG, the Rambling Gambler, just trying to make a living and doing the best I can. Welcome to another launch week episode of our Casino Combat podcast. If you've been tuned in, if you've been paying attention, if you've been following along, you know that what we're doing here is trying to do content almost every day of launch week, and it's going to be short, it's going to be quick. One episode because I want to give you value, even if being part of Operation Volcanic Velocity is not something you're participating in. That's cool. That's fine. I want to make sure I give value. I want to make sure I give content. So today we are going to have a really fun, a really kind of bizarre and interesting virtual VIP lounge segment, and then we're going to follow that up with a mission control segment. So let's dig in. If you're wondering how we're doing, if you're wondering how Operation Volcanic Velocity is going, stick around. I will update you in mission control. We will find out what's going on and what the new episode or new missions are for today. Okay, let's dive in. Let's get started. This one's a bit bizarre and weird.
A little bit of the bubbly.
Welcome to the most must-listen-to segment in casino lifestyle podcasting, the Virtual VIP Lounge. Our lounge is open, and we have the best virtual everything virtually all the time. The best virtual food and drink served anywhere on the interwebs, guaranteed, or your money back. As always, press pause if you can. Pour yourself a drink. Join me. Make a plate. It's early. It's launch week, and I'm up and at it. I'm going early. I have orange juice and a banana nut muffin here. Kind of a little carbohydrate to get my day started. Plenty of regular water to make sure I'm well hydrated so I can get through the day here. This one's a weird one, folks. This one's a strange one, and I love collecting stories, and that's part of the reason that some of this happened. We've got an interesting situation at the horse track. If you're not aware, there are three casinos where I live. One is a harness racing track, one is a thoroughbred track. Those are both just slots, and one is a full-service casino. And I drive by the thoroughbred track, the horse track as I call it, several times a week, and there's frequently a promotion, there's frequently a gift card to be received, free play to be played, that kind of thing. Now, this is not part of a national brand. This is not part of some major chain of casinos. It's small, it's locally operated. I'm not always impressed, and that's fine. I don't need to be impressed by something that I walk in, I'm there 15 or 20 minutes, turn around and walk back out. We talked about what one of those visits looked like yesterday in the launch week segment, and we answered some questions. So I don't expect much, and my expectations are often met because I don't expect much. But I'm in there last week, and this is the second time this has happened. I'm there last week, and multiple months ago, they stopped giving out change at any of the bill changing kiosks. So if you have a payout slip from a slot machine that doesn't end in 00, if it has any amount of change on it at all, you are going to get that change back as a slip, and your choices are wait in a very long line, or donate the money to charity, or walk out the door with it in your pocket and hope you remember to bring it back again. And I'm a fan of charity. Huge fan of charity, not a fan of letting the casinos pick my charity, and not a fan. I'm in a game where every $100 I bet on the blackjack table, the house is expected to keep 50 cents. So I'm not inclined to give away 50 cents just because of how they're operating the casino and handing out change and that kind of thing. So I know that there's almost always going to be a long wait in a long line, and it's just it's just baked into the process. It's just part of how things go. So last week, a little over a week ago, I go out, I get my gift card, I do all the things I need to do. I've got my cash out slip, and it ends in whatever, 80 cents or whatever, and I'm waiting in line, and this is a line that if you're anything below the fourth tier in the reward system, you go in one line. If you're fourth tier or above, you go in another line, and you get to go first. So what happens? First of all, the regular player line, the tier 1 through 3 line, is always long. And as you get closer and closer to the front, people keep coming into the other line who have status and going ahead of you. It's not exactly a great fun situation. And so I'm standing there in line, and a woman behind me goes, "Is it always this way?" And I said, yeah, it unfortunately it is, and it's gotten worse since they stopped giving out change in those 4 kiosks over there, because anybody that wants all their money has to get in line. They can't just go self-serve at the kiosk. And she goes, "Well, this is just ridiculous. I've never seen anything like this." And I said, I'll agree this is not part of what this company does best. And all of a sudden I get a voice from the cage, which is, there's a person in front of me, and then a little walk space, and then the cage counter and the bars, and then the person working the cage, and then someone behind that who says, hello, I'm right here, I can hear you. And I said, okay, we were just talking, we're just waiting. And she goes, well, you don't need to be talking about things like that. And I said, it's just a conversation. I'm trying to de-escalate. This is a weird way to have a conversation to begin with. And I'm unsure. And the employee extends it out, and the person in front of me gets called up, and then I'm waiting, and somebody from the high status line goes in front of me, and I keep trying to just de-escalate it, and the employee keeps escalating, and she's belligerent, and she's loud, and she's confrontational, and I get called up to line, and I'm handing over my slip, and I'm waiting for and she's going on. I said, ma'am, I'm sorry it bothers you that I have an opinion, but I spend a lot of time in casinos. This part of this casino is just a C-. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. And she's like, well, you shouldn't be saying that. I said, I'm allowed to have an opinion about your operations. I'm allowed to think you don't do this well. I don't get this. And she keeps coming at me, and I get my money, and I'm starting to walk away, and she goes, you listen to me. You listen. Do you know the name of the general manager of this property? And I said, no, like, why would I know that? Like, who knows the name of the general manager of every casino that they're like? No, why would I know that? Well, you need to educate yourself. You need to be a little bit more intelligent if you're going to stand around here and talk like that. You need to go find out the name of the general manager, and you need to email them, and you need to explain to them why you don't think this is being done well. And I'm kind of stunned. It's like, why is that on me? Because you're going to stand here and talk crap about us. You should. And I went, okay, fine. I walk out. I get in my car. My phone rings. I take the call. I kind of look at my phone, and I see that there is a post in Facebook from the social media team for the property. And I thought, well, A, this is going to be a good story, probably. And then B, I'm going to be back there next week. What if this lady was pretty aggressive and obnoxious. I don't really want to have this conversation again. What the heck? I'm going to actually do what I was told. I was ordered to educate myself and find the general manager. I'm going to do that. So I messaged the social media team for the property, and I say, hey, I'm sorry to bother you, but I was just at the cage, and one of the team members ordered me very aggressively to find out the name of the general manager and contact them about my thoughts and opinions on how the cage operates. So could you please get me the information for the general manager? And I didn't think anything about it. I'm not even sure I really thought I would get a reply, but a little while later, I get a reply asking for my phone number, and I supply it. And a couple days later, I get a phone call from someone claiming to be the general manager, and we play a little phone tag. And then I didn't hear from him, and I thought, yeah, he's got better things to do. He shouldn't be bothering with this. This is dumb. But I get a call yesterday from him, and we go through the whole thing, and I told him flat out, I said, I don't think this is worth our time. This is not worth your time, and this is not worth my time. But a member of the team in the cage was really pretty aggressive and belligerent and insulting that I had to get in touch with you. So I'm kind of doing what I was ordered to do and getting in touch with you. But like, it's okay that you're just a C- on cage operations in the opinion of one person who's there once, maybe twice a week. Like, I know when I come in that it's going to be crappy service and I'm going to wait in line. And if I didn't want to put up with it, I said, I was just talking to someone in the cage waiting my turn. Like, this is not a big deal. I'm not upset. I just love a good casino story, and if I was there next week and she was aggressive again, I wanted to be able to say I did know your name and I had done what I was told. And we talked a little bit. We had a little bit of back and forth. He was embarrassed. He was concerned. He wasn't happy about it. And the place where every story has a happy ending, almost, most of them do, we get ready to wrap up the conversation, and he's like, well, I hope you're coming back again. And I was like, oh, sure, you're going to be giving away gift cards, and I'm going to be driving by. I said, I don't care that you're a C-. It doesn't bother me. I just answered a question in the line. And he goes, well, I just want to thank you for taking the time, and I'm so sorry it happened. So would it be all right if I added $50 in free slot play to your account? And I'm like, sure, I love free slot play. He goes, okay, I'll have my team put that on. It'll be there for the next week if you have time to stop in. I'm like, I will undoubtedly be in the next week. Thank you. You didn't need to do that. So once again, I guess just another little weird story to add, but I said years and years ago when we started this, when we were talking about the casino wisdom, always play your free slot play, that casinos love to give away free slot play. They will give away free slot play for almost any reason. And we are seeing that what I said in that casino wisdom was absolutely true. A wisdom that is in the book of Casino Wisdom, by the way, which is why we're doing launch week. But those wisdoms are based on knowledge or information about how players or casinos behave. And I was spot on. Once again, proven right here that the wisdoms are true and accurate. The casino will give you free slot play for almost any reason. And when there is a problem, look for a casino resolution. So in this case, in my opinion, the house created the problem. And then by doing what I was ordered to do, we found a casino resolution and I picked up from some free slot play. And I'm looking forward to stopping out and running that through a machine and seeing how much of their money I have to wait in that long line at the cage to pick up. Okay, let's jump over to mission control.
This Houston, contact with a test. 1.
3, 2, 1.
All right. First up, thank you. I'm realizing that I need to find some new words, some new ways to say thank you. We did an amazing job yesterday, everybody. I'm still waiting on official numbers, and we won't know till we know. And we got a little benefit. We got a little upside I was not expecting. In the master blueprint, everything I knew from Amazon said pre-orders were not supposed to be available till today for the ebook. So that was the plan. That was going to be one of today's mission. And when that became available early, the mission got moved up. We did amazing in terms of what we got done yesterday as a squad. We had 50 verified missions completed by 16 unique members of the squad. We sent out preview chapters. It was an amazing success, and I will also tell you that I did a social media post to my friends and family, and my high school friends and my college friends came through big. They have not particularly paid attention or tried to submit missions. They're just trying to help me out. But we had, in addition to those missions verified and completed, I've had probably another 50% of that tell me directly or personally that they followed my page, that they put the book on a wish list, that they pre-ordered a copy. I have a college fraternity brother whose second career, his second act of his life after retirement is to be a event MC. He hosts events. He's the hype man for things. He does big events in the town or the city where I went to college. He has 2,000 followers on his Facebook social media. He not only followed my page, he not only pre-ordered a copy of the ebook, he also made a post for all of his followers, letting them know about the book, asking them to jump in and support, suggesting that they might enjoy the book. We had a really, really good first day, without a doubt. As I say, waiting to see the official Amazon numbers, but everything I see suggests we did really, really incredibly well. We got off to a great start. Yesterday, we're on kind of an accelerated timeline. We may have a seventh day God rested here. We'll see. We may take Sunday as some downtime a little bit. We laid the foundation. That was the idea of day one or day two. Lay the foundation. Wake up Amazon inside their system. Now today, we want to have a little fun. I'll tell you about that in a second. But the idea today is to show them interest from outside their system. And all of you are so amazing that VCPD and Equine Ensign already got this one done or did this one time, because our things today are all about social media. They're all about what we can do outside the Amazon system to bring attention then to the Amazon system. So VCPD, he made this amazing social media post that shows the Amazon site and has little cartoon balloons that walk someone through. Here's where you follow the page. Here's where you can optionally pre-order the book. Here's where you can add it to a wish list and why it's important. Just incredibly well done. I've seen it multiple times, multiple places. It obviously stops my scroll every time, and I take the time to watch it. So that's a great example. Yesterday, Equine Ensign on his Rumble channel was telling his listeners and followers, viewers, about the book. So today we want to try to do those types of things. And we also ideally want to try to do those types of things in a way that includes a link back to Amazon. So if you want to encourage people on social media to pre-order the book, include a link to take them where they need to be to pre-order the book, because those click-throughs get seen as velocity builders two ways. One, when people click through, the site where you posted shows the post to more people because someone stopped and interacted with it. If someone likes it, if someone smiles about it, if someone hearts it, any of those things signal that platform to show it to more people, and the click-throughs show Amazon that the book is generating traffic into their system from outside their system. So whether it's an Instagram reel with a link in the comments, whether it's something on YouTube, whether it's something on Facebook or Truth or Rumble or wherever it is, social media posts of any type. Use any of my materials that you want to use. Help yourself to any of the images or anything. Remix them any way you want. But anything on social media, grab a screen grab, submit it as a mission on the website. Dr. ECE pointed out that I really needed a way to get from the website to the missions page. So we've updated the main website. If you go to casinocombat.com, right at the top, you can click missions, go right into the missions page. This is this is a mission you can do more than once. You couldn't follow my author page more than once, but you can create something on Instagram and then create something on Facebook. If you've got a YouTube channel, you can create something on YouTube and point it over to the Amazon store. All of that. So if you do more than one of these, obviously you get more than one mission complete and you get more than one drawing ticket. Just show us what you did, document your work. We'll be more than happy to kick those out. Along the same lines, you're saying, but I don't really have those things, TRG. I don't really know how to create this amazing animation like VCPD did. Well, and that's cool because I don't know how to either. That's fine. find other people's and amplify it. That's also a mission. Whether that's just going in the comments and saying, this is great, I actually already pre-ordered a copy, or at Bob, I think you'd be interested in this, or share it. Just reshare. All of that stuff builds velocity. All of that stuff tells the algorithm this is a book worth paying attention to. This is an author worth paying attention to. So we have a mission for those of you that want to create, and we have a mission for those of you that want to amplify, add to, share, redirect, put in another group. All of those things are helpful. All of those things count. What is going viral? Going viral is when something like what VCPD did gets shared everywhere, or when Equine Ensign's content on Rubble gets shared everywhere. That's going viral. Those are the things we're trying to do today. Yesterday was the foundation. Today we're trying to build on that foundation. And just like you could create more than one kind of content, you can amplify more than one piece of content. So as you're going through your day, if you see something someone else has done, amplify it in some way. Share it, comment on it, add it towards somebody. Grab that screenshot, submit it as a mission, see another one 2-3 hours later, do it again. Happy to hand out more drawing tickets and happy to keep adding prizes to the drawing. The more missions we complete. We did a great job yesterday. 50 was an amazing number. We just want to add to it today. Final thing, and I said it in the mission statement on the website, but I want to say it here too. The third mission today is go to the Casino Combat Gear store. If you go to casinocombat.com and click on gear, it will take you to our gear store, and we have a limited time only Operation Volcanic Dingo shirt with Chip on it holding the book and a hat. Buy the shirt or buy the hat. Take a picture of your confirmation, submit that. I'm sending you 2 drawing tickets, 2 drawing entries, because I am asking for a purchase there. And I made this a mission, as much as anything else, to let everybody know that this stuff is, that these items are available, that they can be purchased. I'm not asking you to buy. I'm telling you they're available to be bought, to be purchased, because in roughly a week, we're going to be wrapping up Operation Volcanic Velocity. And when we wrap this up, then those items go away. They're not staying forever. If you want to be able to look back a year from now or 2 years from now, if you want to go on a cruise in 3 years that's a book signing cruise for my second book or my third book, and wear a shirt or wear a hat that says Operation Volcanic Velocity and have new squad members go, wow, you were part of that? You did that? This is your chance to get those. This is also the first merchandise we've done with Chip on it. And I got to confess, part of my motivation for making a mascot for us was to be able to put it on merchandise and have something other than words to jump out at people and become recognizable when we're in a casino. Somebody else wearing our gear probably signals that they're a member of our squad. And if Chip is our Mickey Mouse, if Chip is our Bugs Bunny, I just couldn't be happier about how Chip looks on the shirt. So shirts and hats are available. That one's not we're not building immediate Amazon velocity by you picking up a shirt. That's more me saying, hey, they're there, they're available. And letting you know, and then giving you a little thank you back in the form of entries into the drawing if you decide that's a purchase you want to make. So there we go. Day 2, we did great, everybody. Now we just got to go do it again. We laid the foundation. Now let's show that we can pull people into the process, that we can get eyes on the product. And I will be back tomorrow with more missions and more updates on Operation Volcanic Velocity.